Have you guys ever done something that you felt like a complete idiot after you realized what it was you did was completely what you weren't even thinking about? Well, that happens to be the case with the Baumalight stump grinder that I've got here. Let me explain what happened. So in last week's video, I got this new Baumalight stump grinder. I was having trouble getting the swing arm or the swing cylinder to go back and forth. I could get the drum or the cutter head on it to work, and this is what actuates or activates the hydraulics for the big motor for the drum there. I can activate that, and then there's a switch down on the bottom side that you can pull that trigger and it holds that on. There's an electric conversion box down in there that opens solenoids that makes this cylinder work. Well, couldn't get it to work. So I contacted the company and they sent me to the electronics guy who takes care of that. Baumalight has been fabulous the entire time about all this. I can't say enough already for the customer support. So we got to checking the signals inside the box there. I actually had to have Autumn climb up in the skid loader while I was out there checking it. Checking power, checking LED lights, everything else that would activate that swing cylinder. Could not figure it out. We were getting all the correct signals down inside the box. Everything worked. We found that this is the switch here that they've got it set up to activate the swing chute on. We checked all the electronics down in there and everything worked. When we were pressing this button, it was giving the signal down in the box to go to the left, and then hit this one, it would go to the right. Sat here and could not figure out. The electronic guy that was helping me, we both couldn't figure it out why this thing would not swing. We were getting all the signals, we were getting everything we needed. Late last night, I'm laying in bed. It was one of those aha moments as I was laying there. I thought, man, I wonder if this particular attachment requires you to have that head running in order to activate that swing cylinder. And lo and behold, I came out this morning, started it up, turned this on, then activated that. And it just blew my mind. It worked, and I felt like such an absolute idiot. My bulldozer blade that I have for this would be for my angle on the dozer blade, and then this one is for the tilt on the dozer blade. And I can tilt without having the angle running. So that's why it didn't make sense to me why I needed to have this particular pump here running the rotary head, the cutter head, in order to turn that. But you know, it was just one of those things that it was like, man, I felt like an absolute idiot after going back and forth with the fellows at Baumalight, then their electronics guy. So when I sent the email off, the one fellow had responded back to me first thing this morning and said, yeah, the pump has to be on, meaning this one had to be activated to get this one to work. Fortunately, it was a simple fix. Nothing needed repaired, all that. So we've got this thing up and running. Now we're going to head down to the neighbors and go ahead and put this thing to the test and see how it works on a bunch of pine stumps. All right, Jerry, well, welcome to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, thank you. Wow, what a neighborhood.
So you just moved in a year ago?
Last September. The first time I seen you, though, you come down and introduce yourself when I was trying to get things situated. We weren't even moved in. I had to cut the brush out just to get a dump truck in here.
That's right. I said, hey, I can bring the excavator down and move the brush and all that. I think I surprised him at that point in time.
Yeah, you did.
You don't have a lot of neighbors that did that at your old place.
No, I mean, we're like, wow, this is great. How did we get so blessed to have a neighbor like Doug?
Well,
you've been great.
It is what it is. And today, I got Adam doing some camera work for me. I met Adam 3 or 4 years ago through his YouTube channel, and he helped me develop my channel. And in return, just kind of became friends, and you know, we help each other all the time. And he's down here helping me. And yesterday I was at his house trying to help him.
Well, so far, I'd love to help you. You've been helping me more than...
Well, it's not a one-for-one deal with me. It's just, well, if I can help, I can help.
Well, we're very grateful for that.
So,
really appreciate that.
Anyhow, you had some brush that we took out over there, and then you had 5 pine trees that you took down. 5 pretty large pine trees.
Yeah, they were quite
and
big.
just because I'm nosy and kind of enjoy that stuff, I said, hey, Jerry, can I bring my excavator down and give you a hand? And he said, well, yeah, I mean, if you want, but I feel really awkward about it. We cleaned all the brush up. We burnt that for, what did it take us, 3-4 days to get all the brush burned up?
That's quite a fire.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity, and Adam helped me actually reach out to Baumalight, who is the company or the manufacturer of the stump grinder. I reached out to them. Adam put a good word in for me because he also gets a lot of Baumalight equipment to trial, and I thought, well, you know, if Jerry's getting all these trees cut down, let me see if I can get a stump grinder, because you had talked about renting one.
Yeah, we did. Matter of fact, I said, if I rent one, would you babysit me?
Yeah. So
I don't know a thing about them.
I thought, well, let me see if I can get a stump grinder from this company to do videos on. I've got the perfect scenario here with stumps to do them. It's a model S28, and it is a high flow model like I talked in the previous video about. And we've got some other things here that we need to deal with. These roots. Some of these roots are close to 10 feet away from the stump. We're going to try to get those just a little bit below ground. Some of the ones over here, we have to determine which ones we think are or are not off of that maple tree there, because we don't want to go in there and grind them out and kill them.
I think that's a pine.
Yeah, that looked like it might be pine.
This one here is the maple.
Maple. So we'll stay away from that one. We'll try and, as long as we're not tearing the grass up too awful much, but you plan on bringing some topsoil.
Well, you know what? If we kill the thing, at least it's going to go that way.
Yeah, because when you had the tree service come in, you can see over here where they've limbed off a lot of those trees, because you had a couple really big ones hanging over the house there.
Matter of fact, that pile of split wood right there was all from the limb they took over from off over the house.
I guess we're going to go ahead and finalize it by getting these stumps the heck out of here and getting it cleaned up, and then I'll leave it to you to get the topsoil and rake that all around. Or maybe I'll come down and help. I don't know.
Doug, if I know anything about this fellow, when I'm down here with a rake and shovel, he'll be coming down with a bobcat.
Well, it's kind of what I do. So
no,
let's quit talking now.
Yep.
Like I said, welcome to the neighborhood.
I'm anxious.
All right.
I want to see what this thing will do.
might be wondering why I'm running this thing with the guard up. I'm intentionally doing it because I don't want that big pile of chips to be right where I'm machining it or milling that down. I want to throw it in the yard because when we're done here grinding all the stumps, we're actually going to bring topsoil in and spread it across. So this this mulch I don't need to worry about picking up. It's not like a grassed up yard that you need to come through for the homeowner and clean it up. We literally want to use it as a bedding before we put the topsoil on. So that's why we're leaving it. That's why I've got the guard up on it. I want it to blow it out, and I'm blowing it towards the pasture or the field so I don't have to worry about hitting anybody. All right, so how are we doing so far, Jerry?
Oh, we're really doing good. I'll tell you, Doug done a good job. I like that machine.
Yeah, so we got 4 or 5 of them done now. Got the couple big ones, the really big one here. There was a small one over here, and we went over and got that one. There's one buried under this pile that you can't see here.
I think you're getting better at it, Doug.
Yeah, so I think that was an old maple you took down, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, old maple in there. A couple more of the pines left to go. And then that big one over there that we got. So, we're getting there. The machine's working awesome. Takes a little bit of getting used to. Work your way through the top of it. Back up, drop down, work your way through the top again. Jerry's giving me a hand and telling me where I should be. High, low, front, back, all that good stuff. So, we've almost got her done there. Again, I want to thank Baumalight. This is the S28 high flow model. It's working wonderful for what we're doing here. We got just about all of these taken care of all the way across the front lawn. I've got one more to do over there, and I'm afraid that that's going to be being worked on here after dark. Sun's finally going down. Getting cold out, huh, Jerry?
It's getting cold.
So we're going to get this finished up, or at least I am, and at least I can stay warm in the machine and get that done. And I guess there's a couple more roots over here. This was a big one. This took probably 3, maybe 4 hours, a little bit longer than I thought it would have taken. But again, this is my very first time ever running a stump grinder on a skid loader. So I guess it is what it is. Jerry, what's your thoughts on...
Well, I think it's a great machine. I'm impressed. Yeah, it does take longer than I thought, but really, we're moving a lot of material. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm impressed. I think it's great.
Guys, this is the first time Jerry's ever been on YouTube. So in the comments, let him know. Let him know that he did well.
Have to start throwing donuts at Doug or something. He's going to starve to death before we get this job done.
So in the comments, if you would, tell Jerry hi. Tell him thanks for being on the YouTube channel and all that. If you like this, make sure you guys look up Baumalight. Make sure you check out all the things they have to offer. It's not just for skid steers, it's tractors, it's excavators, it's everything. They've got, man, all kinds of stuff. I was looking through their catalog there the other night and actually was very surprised at what they have. This thing, extremely well built. My 770 is a monster of a machine. It could twist just about anything apart. It hasn't ripped this thing apart. This thing's got 3/8 plate steel all the way around it. And then it's got 1/4-inch plate steel everywhere else, but pretty strong. Heavy duty. Works wonderful. Guys, like I said, don't forget to look up Baumalight. Please make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see more content with this thing. And we'll get back down here and see how Jerry made out with getting the rest of this yard taken care of. Jerry, tell him goodbye.
See you later. Thanks for watching.
knew there was a reason I put extra lights on that skid loader. Got her all done. Okay, I come back down the next morning to finish it off. I got the burn pile all scooped up, all the ash. There was really no wood per se left. Spread it out, mixed it in with all the millings and everything like that. Got it all mixed in. Compacted all over the stump holes, everything else. This stuff will compost down nicely. Put some topsoil over this. Get it spread around and should be able to start seeding it here in the spring. It's just too darn cold now, but actually turned out really nice. Guys, thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.